Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a PvZ featuring nOOB and Hyuk here on Grand Line from StarCraft CasterLeague Season 3. Another match from Group D of the run of 24, recommended specially by RJB. So top left, we got ourselves a red Protoss. It is nOOB. And on the bottom right, it is Hyuk. He is going to be our blue Zerg player today, and thank goodness I can change it from light teal to brown versus brown to red versus blue, because it was part of our tournament, and apparently CasterMuse, maybe he made a rule that you have to do red versus blue to make it easier for casting. I don't know. CasterMuse is an excellent guy. If you want to support him directly, there are links in the description. Thank you very much for letting me cast these replays, and thanks for RJB for facilitating that. Well, RJB did all the work, right? He's like, hey, I got permission from CasterMuse to cast StarLeague replays of his. Here they are. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, man. So, are we going to go Nexus first here on Grand Line? No. No. Forge or Gateway? Gateway. Overlord scouting out. I know, Terry. Yes, I know you hate the desert. I know it's too hot for you, but what can you do? We're in a war here against the Protoss. But I like desert tile sets. Not too many of them these days. Just reminds me of when Brood War came out, which was 6 months after StarCraft 1 came out. But it's a distinct event in my memory, because that's when they introduced Lurkers and Dark Templar and Corsairs and Medics. Oh my gosh, Medics. Can you imagine trying to play Terran without Medics? Oh, you'd be so sad. You'd just be sad all the time. Like, I distinctly remember arguments from people being like, Stim is bad, because you're never healing that damage ever again. It takes a big chunk out of your health. And they're like, but it increases damage so much, the counter argument was. And it's like, well, that's true, but... And then, yeah, and then they introduced medics, and everyone's like, oh, yes, Stim, let's go. Marines with Stim and medic support are the best things in the entire universe, so let's roll with that. All right, so drone scouting. Look at this. Hyuk taking this seriously. We don't see this a whole lot, but it is a giant 4-player map, and like knowing what your opponent is up to is nice. Recognizing there's a zealot coming out across the map, so you can get a couple lings out. Right? 2 sets of lings on the way to deal with the incoming zealot. And then maybe the drone can see if there are any more zealots on the way either. Anywho, probe, just here to see what's what. I love the third base timing here too at about 3 minutes. I love it. He's just blind. I don't think he got all the way up here to see if there was an expansion or not from nOOB. So Hyuk playing it a little bit dangerously. Yeah, and probe zealot, pretty standard harassment here, because if the probe gets a couple extra hits off, then the 4 lings are not enough to kill the zealot. Right? The probe's a fighter here. Oh, that was pretty good micro from Hyuk, though. Didn't allow that to happen. So the zealot does go down, kills maybe a couple lings, but really not all that much. Not even gonna worry about it. Anyway. On the other side. Getting 1 cannon up, because there are a bunch of lings out. Did see how many lings were coming, which is the benefit of having the scouting probe down there. And yeah, Hyuk, maybe... this is it. He's not making any more Zerglings, but he is getting speed for them. And, there are just games where players get a bunch of lings into the main Protoss base, and that's it, and they're done. I know I've been talking about the 2017 Holiday Bash a lot, but, like, there was a game between Noni and Jae-Yun where Noni was definitely the better player than Jae-Yun there, but at the same time, at one of the games, he just managed to slip in about 8 lings, and it's like, ah, crap. And Noni was dead, right? Because it's the great equalizer in CVP. It's having 8 Zerglings with speed inside your base, and all your defense is up here, and they can't help at all, and the zealots are slow, and the cannons can't do anything. It's a nightmare. It is just a nightmare. All right, so a bunch of lings out here, but that's it. We're not going for any more of those. Layer timing on the way here from Hyuk. nOOB working on his cyber core. And I turned real-time lighting back on, which it turns itself off sometimes, and I don't know why that happens. And I don't realize it's gone, and so, I mean, for weeks now, it's been missing, because I just don't notice. And then I watched again, some of the 2017 Holiday Bash, and the Dragoon attacks were bright and like brightening the area of the things they were hitting, and I was like, oh, real-time lighting, that's a thing, and I turned it back on, so it's here now. You can kind of see it, like there's some light coming off of this nexus here. For whatever reason, it makes Zerg buildings that are coming up seem like whiter and brighter and kind of purpley. As the spire is now getting started here from Hyuk. I don't know what that's all about. I'm not sure why that's real-time lighting. But anyway. Stargate coming in, Spire coming in. We're not going for any Hydra pushes today from Hyuk. Could be pretty good, but he decided not to go for that. Just getting some Scourge to deal with the Corsairs, and then probably checking into Lurkers. Just keep an eye on that, that production tab for him. But yeah, hit that like button if you're enjoying the cast. Just lets the algorithm know that I'm here. Hope you're enjoying, too, the little player flags that I'm putting into the video titles recently. And if those aren't working for you, it's because you're on Windows and using Chrome. Every other place on the internet, it works. On mobile devices, on Linux, on Apple devices, on Chrome, on Linux and Apple devices, it totally works. On Chrome, on mobile devices, it works. It's just Chrome on Windows. It's busted. It's really frustrating because that's what I use more often than not. So it bothers me, but I think, you know, there's more of you people on mobile than I thought. I think we talked about that in one of the previous casts. So anyway, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm here 6 times a week with StarCraft Brood War content now. I upped it to 6. I replaced the Wednesday StarCraft 2 cast with a Brood War cast for you Brood War fans out there. So I hope you appreciate it. Hope your Wednesdays are a little bit happier now. Anyway, this is a giant 4-player map. So, I mean, this is going to come down to a lot of positioning for the Protoss, especially. You're going to watch on his army move-outs, where he tries to maybe do some threatening moves towards a Zerg base, while at the same time, maybe kind of protecting an expansion of his own. That's one of those things you do see on these giant 4-player maps. Corsair up, but Scourge up. Corsair's got to flee. Nothing too crazy about that. Yeah, recognizing the Zealot count is getting pretty nuts here, and Zealot leg enhancements is on the way, and we're making Mutalisks! God, is Falcon Paladin's biggest pet peeve in Brood War that Zerg players sometimes make Mutalisks against a Protoss that opened Stargate? Is it? Is it maybe? The number of times... Okay, at the professional level, which this is, the number of times I've seen Mutalisks work against a Protoss... Oh, this is really big, though. If he can... He's not going to win this. I was going to say, Hyuk maybe see something there I don't. No, he did not. He was wrong. He thought he could kill all these Zealots, and he couldn't. But the number of times we've seen Mutalisks be produced in a ZVP where there are Corsairs already out, and the Zerg player wins is maybe 1 in 78. It's the lowest freaking amount. Is it really good against these Zealot attacks? It is, and that's nice. But in the long run, these Mutas are going to struggle finding, I don't know, anything. Finding any purchase? Finding any damage here? It does force the Protoss to maybe get some cannons up, but he already has cannons up because he's worried about Scourge coming in. Scourge coming in and chasing down his Corsairs. But look, hey, look, +1 attack. Oh, he started +1 attack before he knew there were Mutalisks out, didn't he? Oh, did that Zealot just get killed by drones? It certainly did. Oh, that Hydra too. All right, fair enough. There's a Hydralisk. Also, maybe throw down a Sunken. It just, I understand it. Zerg players are really loath to use static defense because it sacrifices a whole drone for it. And look, man, they already have lower worker counts than their opponents anyway. It's 43 to 52 workers at the moment because he's had to sacrifice drones for these buildings and these buildings. I love the extra macro hatches, by the way, here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if you're on 6 hatch production on 3 bases, you can actually do amazing things with like mass Hydro Lurker that the Protoss is just going to struggle to keep up with because they can't do that much production. I mean, I threw down additional gateways, which that's happening here. Maybe they can try, but the things don't build as quickly, etc., etc. Anywho, Storm coming in because nOOB is a good Protoss player. That's a dead Overlord. Oh, you can kill those. Oh, pull it over the Archon. Oh, God. Sloppy control from Hyuk, though. Come on, Hyuk. Your Scourge control needs to be really good here. See, look, these guys are all bright and shiny now. Zealot's trying to get in there, but there's a lot of Hydras back here, and they decide to come back up. They don't want to get squished inside, but they're a little bit sandwiched nevertheless. Archon gonna die to these for sure. Zealots are the bigger threat. Not really microing at all here with the Hydras. They don't have any attack upgrades here. The Zealots have +1 attack and that speed upgrade, which is nice. But chasing nOOB away here. We got the Mutalisks trying to dive bomb in, recognizing if the Corsairs are over here, which they are. Oh, just kidding. We're not going to. Maybe I really feel like you could get in here and get some stuff done. Are there any Corsairs at home? No, because they're all over here. Send the Mutas into the main. Do it. He's not doing it. What? What are these doing for you? Hyuk, look. Zerglings and Mutalisks are incredibly fast, and therefore they are bad when they aren't moving. Look at these Corsairs just being like, Hydralisks. You can't kill us fast enough to protect your overlords. So Mutas and Lings are super fast, which means if they're not harassing, if they're not actively defending something and they're just sitting there, they're bad. They are. They're really bad. Other units are slow, and if I can forgive them for sitting around. But, man, dive on the... Okay, or just scout. This is a really expensive scout from Hyuk. It's only 6 slings. I can't kill 2 cannons with 6 slings. 6 Mutas. I can't kill 2 cannons with 6 Mutas. I don't know, man. Lurker throwing in spines. Oh, those are beautiful spines. Run! Also, Protoss death animations are a little bit brighter, too. With the real-time lighting turned on, it's nice. And then I don't know why the game turns it off. I never go into settings except to turn the real-time lighting on. Oh, focus the High Templar, slow, easy to target fire when they're running. Oh, I thought that was gonna die too. But the Lurkers, this is good control from Hyuk. This is really, really nice stuff. And look at him. No. Run. Oh, not fast enough. Never fast enough. I like this. Oh, I was gonna like the double-pronged attack here. But Zealot's just keeping the Hydras at home. That's all this is. This is all Ling, Hydra trying to push across the map, but whoop! You didn't leave any Lurkers at home to defend your third base, you silly goose. Big attack here at the natural. Not gonna do as well. Oh yeah, kill that third. On the other way, though, Hydra Lurker has shown up. There is a High Templar here. Not enough energy for Storm, but almost. Almost enough energy for Storm. Muta gonna snipe the High Templar, though. And by that, I mean not really focus firing the High Templar all that much, and totally should be killing the High Templar, and the Hydras have to do it instead. So whatever, all the Mutalisks are dead. This front line is busted. The Corsairs are killing overlords like they are made of they are piñatas, and they are full of candy. I cannot believe this is not dead. How is nOOB just kind of bouncing back and forth here, not killing this third base? I guess the eggs are a problem. Forge gonna die. Any upgrades? I don't know. Maybe we canceled an upgrade there. Breaking it. Okay, so nOOB hold on to that attack. I don't know what. Oh, it's 120 to 69 supply. This is not going well for Hyuk. Is he? He's not supply blocked only because he only has 66 supply. Now he's supply blocked. Yeah, drone count's down to 36 here too. These attacks have not been killing entire bases. But he's been killing drones, or has he been forcing? No, he hasn't been forcing static defense out at all. Just been straight up killing drones. There are no High Templar in this army at all. Back it out, man. Third base timing at about 13 minutes for the Protoss is a little bit late, but it's been a fairly aggressive opener from Hyuk, so it makes sense. Turnabout is fair play. Oh, nice sniping down a Corsair is always good. Yeah, and suddenly the Protoss recognizes there really aren't a lot of Hydras here. We have +2 attack. They've got +2 attack. Nice. But 14 more Hydras on the way. When's the last time I cast a game when just mass Hydra won a game that wasn't just a 2-base attack or just busted the front and that was it? Because I have cast those, I don't know, in the last few months or so. But other than that, it's really hard. Once the game gets to this point, it's a kill zone evolution chamber because units are getting stuck back here. Really, really annoying stuff. Oh, got a single Zergling up here. Oh, this is a 4th base attempt. All right, well, a probe dies. Not going to micro those Lings for anything. So 3rd base and 4th base. Dude, Hyuk, buddy. Look at the Zealot. Is there a 4th base from the Zerg here? No, great. Let's check over here now and make sure there's not a one over here, and there's not. So Hyuk needs to win this battle. He's coming out. He's only on 3 bases. If he doesn't win this, he's done. That is what this match boils down to. God, this big group of Zealots flanking. That's so good. We're just going mass Hydra, and look how much more bright and explodey the Dragoon Singularity attacks are. Oh, High Templar have shown up. Storm in it, storm in it, storm, 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 storm. Yep, okay, so Hyuk, is he dead? Like, I'm not gonna... I don't want to call this a dead Zerg, but he's down 55 to 36 supply. It's 4 bases for the Protoss and 3 bases for the Zerg. And maybe going to take a 4th base down here, but he doesn't have enough money for it. And does he want to make... Ooh, Maelstrom on the way. He doesn't want to make... Well, he does want to make more Hydras. Yeah, just make more Hydras instead of making a hatchery here, which this Zealot could wander over. I have to go all the way up and around, but he could do it. Hey, Dark Archon is out. Oh my gosh. Gonna get some Maelstrom in here. I'm feeling it. Feeling not enough energy for it, though, so Dark Archon gonna back it out. Back it out. Ugh. He's not bringing Overlords with him to snipe out these obs, but I guess he doesn't have Lurkers either, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, more and more Hydralisks here, and still hasn't gone. Yuck. I mean, the only way that nOOB loses this is if he overextended on taking that 4th base as fast as he did. Oh yeah, he's like, you're not bringing Overlords with your army. I'm gonna send some DTs out here. See how that works. God, Storm is so good. These Hydras split. I don't know what you're trying to do. You guys accomplish a lot. I'm gonna be very impressed, but no, instead they just peel off and go back home. So look, if you're gonna split your forces, I don't know, split them in a way that makes sense, where they're both accomplishing something. I like this. This is fine. Yeah, it's preventing High Templar from getting over here. Maelstrom is up. And, God, just took 4 and a Lurker. 4 Hydras and a Lurker out of that battle, but my gosh, Hydras are so good against Dragoons. Super good against Dragoons here. That Archon's not gonna... This is not a big army from Hyuk coming up. Oh, okay, or this has been happening. You know, I figured that DT might be part... He's got 10 kills. Protoss players, send a single DT across the map to your enemy's 3rd base, kill all of their drones, and then win the game. I saw him come out. I didn't think he'd be that effective. Good grief. So sure, this 4th base is going to die, but I really think nOOB can absorb this loss now that he's dropped the drone count down to 27. Storm up, dodge it. Dodge it. How many storms can High Templar produce? The answer is there's always one more. Probe's evacuating, and again, I think nOOB's okay with this. He's like, all right, fine. I've really crippled the Zerg player's economy, and this 4th base was probably overextending a little bit. Ooh, sniping those obs is great, too. Those aren't free. Those are not free, ladies and gents. I mean, they're cheap, but they're not absolutely free. Nothing is absolutely free. All right, man, 4th base. If Hyuk can make a comeback here, I'm going to be insanely impressed. Because I've just had him marked for death for the last 3 minutes now. And, I mean, I don't know. Do I know everything about StarCraft? Absolutely not. And every time I watch a professional do it, I learn more and more. But, storm up. There's only 1 High Templar here, and he's dead now. No. No, 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 no. Oh, if this... Okay, 3rd base dying is a lot different from the 4th base dying, though. So, okay, reinforce 4 Dragoons? Okay, a lot of Dragoons. More than 4 Dragoons? Cannon down, Lurker set up, and you lost your obs. Here it is. That's why you have multiple observers. Never rely on a single observer in a ZDP. This 3rd base is gonna die. These guys can't get in here. They have to deal with the Lurkers, which is time. And that Nexus is just, the probes are getting kind of focused here too, though. Dude, nOOB is out of money. nOOB is mined out in his main. nOOB is mined out in his natural. He just lost his only source of income in this game. And is there much happening right now for the Zerg? Not a whole lot, but it's more than 0. Holy crap, Hyuk. Did he just do this with Hydras? Remember when I was like, how many times have we seen this? Never. Hyuk's gonna break. Okay, he's gonna lose all these Hydras. I don't know. Reinforcing Hydras from the south are pretty good, but not enough. Okay, so his whole Hydra army dies. But I'm going to point again to the fact that there is not enough money for a Nexus for nOOB, and he doesn't have any sources of income at all. I do want to hold back a little bit here, baby Hyuk. I mean, you got an Archon. That's nice. Sniping that High Templar. Okay, High Templar needed Storm, though. Storm protecting the High Templar brethren. This game is kind of bonkers, actually. Look who still hasn't expanded down here. Hyuk has not taken a 4th base in this game. And maybe nOOB overextended, but the 2 rules are never go Mutalisks against a Protoss who open Corsairs. And just trying to go this whole Hydra thing against a Protoss that isn't going Mass Archon. If they're going Mass Archon, then Mass Hydra is beautiful. But, like, Dark Swarm would be such a good addition, but Hyuk's like, I don't care about Dark Swarm, then that's it. nOOB taps out. Whoa! I guess Hydra's at the front. Not enough High Templar to deal with them, and GG. Hyuk gets the win. That was out of nowhere. Nowhere. Remember when I was like 5 minutes ago? Hyuk is gonna lose this thing. Holy smokes. Sorry for the sneezes. I hope I'm muting there, but it was like Hyuk is dead. Hyuk doesn't have a 4th base yet. Hyuk's losing battles. Maybe if Hyuk can kill this 4th base now, he can win, and then he didn't. And I was like, Hyuk, you're disappointing me as a Zerg man. But then, with 27 drones, and 3 bases in a 20-minute game, he just had enough. Got +2 for his Hydras. Dodged storms as well as he could. Got a couple lurkers here and there. Did not tech up to Defilers at all. You know how hard it is to beat a Protoss player in a game that went 21 minutes without making Defilers? It's hard. It's really difficult stuff. But yeah, he wins the Battle of the 4th, which he needed to do. He hadn't won it there, but once the 3rd base died, that was it. GG. Fantastic. And I was really worried that he wasn't bringing Overlords with him, but he finally brought a couple. Did they all die? Oh, there's just over here. So he sniped some mobs, which was great. That still, I cannot believe that in the midst of all of this chaos, nOOB was like, I'm going to make 1 Dark Templar, and I'm going to move him all the way down in the southern section of the map to the 3rd base and go to town on that drone line. And I'm going to bet that Hyuk's not paying attention. And Hyuk was not paying attention. He lost 10 drones, and he was only at like 30-something. It's not like he had 60, and losing 10 wasn't maybe as big of a deal. Wow. That was amazing. That was honestly, truly a fantastic display from Hyuk. I wasn't a believer until the very end, and then I was. That's why it's fun. That's why StarCraft is fun, isn't it? It really is. Hit that like button if you enjoyed that one. Maybe your Protoss are not super happy about it, but I think that was a good game from nOOB. I don't know, what did we need? Probably more Zealots? I mean, considering how heavily Hyuk was relying on Hydras, more Zealots and fewer Dragoons maybe, but then maybe that encourages Hyuk to make more Lurkers. It's tough. It's tough is what it is. So Hyuk at the end of the day has a lower score than nOOB does, yeah. Which is weird. Usually the player that wins is a higher score, but it's 168,000 to 149,000 in favor of the Protoss. He ended up killing way more Zerg units, but the outproduction here from the Zerg, right? 384 to 216. Right, no Zerg buildings died today is a big one, right? If you're going to beat an elite Zerg player, you have to kill at least a hatchery, I want to say. And then resources are even, which is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, the Zerg player outspent by 1,000, but that's nothing in this long of a game. The fact that he was able to basically be on even income with just nothing but Hydras and not getting Dark Swarm at all today. No Plague at all today. And wins it. That is a rarity, it feels like. Wow. All right. So well done, Hyuk. I haven't really been a Hyuk believer, but that was a dead impressive display. That was a really, really dead impressive show. So that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.